Imagine stepping into a gleaming, high-end luxury car with a bold idea of transforming it from an opulent driving machine into a full-on survival capsule for 7 straight days. Not just using it for transportation but for sleeping, eating, working, relaxing, and living entirely within its meticulously designed cabin. And as I set out on this unusual challenge, the very question haunting my mind was, can I truly survive a week in a luxury car? And what would it reveal about the limits of comfort, convenience, and human adaptability in a machine built for indulgence rather than habitation? Because from the very first moment I slide into the plush leather seats, surrounded by soft-touch materials, ambient lighting, and the faint aroma of finely crafted interiors, I feel like I'm not just entering a car but stepping into an experience engineered to spoil the senses. Yet I know that over the next 7 days, every aspect of this cocoon-like environment will be tested in ways designers may never have imagined, beginning with sleep, because while the rear seats recline with massage functions and the cabin is eerily quiet thanks to double-glazed windows and active noise cancellation, I soon discover that the car's contours, meant for short-term comfort, can't easily replicate the flat expanse of a bed, and although the adaptive suspension ensures the car doesn't rock or creak during the night, curling up in a seat, even one with diamond stitching and ventilation is far from ideal, forcing me to shift positions constantly. Yet in those moments, I learn to appreciate just how versatile these luxury features are, as lumbar support, heated surfaces, and seat adjustments become tools for makeshift sleep ergonomics. And while that first night is rough, I begin to train myself to adapt, waking up to the glow of the infotainment system, which doubles as my morning entertainment, my work monitor, and my lifeline to the outside world, since the car's Wi-Fi hotspot keeps me connected, allowing me to stream movies, browse social media, and even attend virtual meetings, giving me a sense that perhaps living in a car isn't as primitive as it might seem, especially when that car is essentially a rolling office and theater combined. Yet the real hurdle comes with food, because though cup holders, cooled glove compartments, and a spacious trunk provide some capacity for storage, I quickly realize that preparing meals is impossible, so I resort to stocking up on packaged snacks, bottled water, protein bars, and delivery services, arranging for couriers to meet me at parking lots, gas stations, or scenic pullovers, where I discreetly retrieve my meals, trying not to attract too much attention to the fact that I'm practically living out of the vehicle, and while it feels glamorous in theory, sitting beneath the panoramic sunroof with sushi delivered to my car door, the reality of balancing meals on my lap and constantly cleaning crumbs off the immaculate interior begins to wear on me, highlighting how even the most luxurious car remains, at its core, a car and not a dining room. But despite these inconveniences, there are moments of genuine delight, like adjusting the ambient lighting to a calming blue, kicking back with a surround sound audio system filling the cabin with music that resonates through every speaker, or testing the reclining rear executive lounge seat, complete with footrest, as if I'm on a private flight. And in those moments, I forget I'm engaged in a survival challenge at all, though the issue of hygiene soon arrives like an uninvited guest, because 7 days without access to a proper shower is no joke, forcing me to improvise with wet wipes, bottled water, and quick trips to public restrooms, always ensuring the car remains pristine and odor-free, since the idea of tarnishing such a refined machine feels almost sacrilegious. And every trip to a restroom or convenience store reminds me of how dependent I still am on the world outside the car, no matter how self-sufficient the interior may feel. And when night 3 rolls around, I experience my first major test of endurance. As condensation builds up on the windows, the cabin grows stuffy, and I'm reminded that despite multi-zone climate control and air filtration systems, air circulation isn't designed for someone to live in the car 24/7. So I crack open a window slightly, listening to the distant hum of traffic mixing with the soft hum of the engine, idling occasionally to charge devices or maintain temperature, and this blend of machine and environment feels surreal, like I'm camping in a futuristic capsule, with the city skyline as my backdrop. Yet the physical toll becomes clear as my back stiffens, my sleep remains shallow, and my routines grow repetitive, though I counter this monotony by exploring every hidden feature of the car. From massage settings I had ignored to the customizable driving modes that let me turn short drives into exhilarating diversions, blasting down the highway with horsepower roaring beneath me, only to return to a quiet parking lot where the car becomes my cocoon once more. And these alternating rhythms of power and stillness create a bizarre balance that keeps me sane. But by day 5, the psychological strain sets in, as the boundaries between personal space and vehicle blur, with no distinct separation between living room, bedroom, and kitchen, because they all exist within the same few square feet. And even though I'm surrounded by luxury, the walls start to close in, making me restless, claustrophobic, and eager for a reminder of normal life. Yet oddly enough, the car also teaches me gratitude, as I realize how privileged I am to be enduring this in a vehicle equipped with comforts many would consider excessive, from adaptive cruise control to an entertainment suite rivaling home setups. And I begin to imagine how much harder this would be in an ordinary compact car, where even stretching out my legs would be impossible, so I push forward with renewed determination, focusing on the small joys. Sipping coffee warmed in the car's heated cup holders, watching the city lights through the panoramic roof at night, or reclining in total silence as the noise-canceling technology shields me from the chaos outside, until the final day arrives, and though my body is weary, my mind feels sharper, having been stripped of excess distractions and forced to adapt. And when I finally step out of the car after 7 long days, the rush of fresh air and open space feels almost overwhelming, yet I can't help but look back at the gleaming vehicle with newfound respect, because while it wasn't designed to be a home, it somehow rose to the challenge, teaching me that survival isn't just about enduring hardship but about finding comfort in unexpected places. And as I conclude this experiment, I realize the answer to the question, can I survive a week in a luxury car, is yes, but with caveats, because while the car provided enough convenience and comfort to make it possible, the mental and physical challenges proved that no matter how luxurious, a car is still a car, not a house. Yet the lessons learned in resilience, gratitude, and human adaptability make the journey worthwhile, and I leave with a story that blends indulgence with endurance, proving that sometimes the most extraordinary adventures come from the most unlikely challenges.